Hey guys, just wanted to give a quick lesson on counting and subdividing. Now we talk about it in class all the time. You should always be counting, you should always be subdividing. But what does that actually mean? So in this video I'm going to show you just a little bit about what we mean when we say count or subdivide. So take our staff here. I chose treble clef, violas, cellos, basses. This still applies to you. Okay, see we're in treble clef and we can see we're in 4. So every measure has to have at least 4 beats. Music is a balanced concept. There's always balance, it's equally distributed, it will always be equally distributed. So we need 4 beats in this measure. Well, we know that violins can fall. If you didn't hear it, a violin fell below me. And 2 violins fell. This is a quarter note. It gets 1 beat. So if there's 4 beats in a measure and a quarter note gets 1 beat, that would mean that you have 4 quarter notes in a measure. And I know what you're thinking. Well, we've known this since 6th grade. So what? Well, here's where subdividing comes in. We're going to take an 8th note. This is one way of seeing an 8th note. This is an individual 8th note. A lot of times we see them paired with another 8th note and they look like that. These are the same thing. The way I like to think about it is the single 8th note, this little dangly flag, is what happens when you split them in half. It's hard to see it that far away, but when you split them in half, the little flag just dips right down. So you have 2 8th notes. Now, how many 8th notes are in one measure of 4? Well, we got to break it down into math. We know that 1 quarter note has the same beat length as 2 8th notes. So for 1 quarter note, it's 2 8th notes. We know there's 4 quarter notes in a measure, so how many 8th notes are there? Well, 2 8th notes equal a quarter note, so 4 times 2 is 8. So there's 8 8th notes in a measure. Now how do we count 8th notes? Well, in music, we're still in 4, so we're going to give 4 beats. You have the notes. Four quarter notes. Simple. Da, 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 da. Right with it. Everyone's right with the beat. But if we change them to 8th notes, now it's a little bit different. How do we count that? The 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't look like it still applies. However, you add the ands. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you count these all up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you're saying 8 different things between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's tricky at the start, but if you count subdividing, you're less likely to rush or slow down than you would be just counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Understanding rhythms is super important. Keep practicing. Take it slowly. These things take time. Thank you.